Hey, how's it going?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Unfortunately, I have some very bad news for you.
Oh my god, am I pregnant? I knew it. I started craving 3M pickles again.
No, you're not pregnant, but
Oh my goodness. Thank gosh.
you got your blood test results back and your leukemia has returned.
But what does that mean? I thought I went through all the chemotherapy that I needed.
Yes, the chemotherapy was very effective. However, it cannot eliminate all of the cancerous cells in your body. In this case, a relapse may have occurred due to the proliferation of these cells. There also could have been stem-like tumor cells that were less sensitive to chemotherapy, and these cells could have regenerated your cancer, but this is rare and unlikely.
But how come my immune system can't fight this off itself? Shouldn't I be prepared for this?
I'm glad you asked. Let me bring you to my colleague who will go over your immune system defense.
What brings you in today?
Well, I was told my leukemia has come back and I just have a couple questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
So if I have the necessary defense systems like my immune system, why can't my body fight it off itself?
That's a great question. It's actually not as simple as you think. Our immune system contains T cells, specifically cytotoxic T cells, that function as bodyguards to detect and kill any harmful bacteria in our bodies. Cytotoxic T cells are by far the biggest killers of cancerous cells and are mainly involved in our anti-cancer immunity. But here's how cancer can get away from them. Cytotoxic cells work by spotting abnormal antigens that are expressed on MHC1 molecules, but cancer can disguise itself and shut off the expression of these molecules. Not only can cancer hide from the bodyguards, but they can shut them down. Cancer can do this by expressing proteins such as PD-L1 that are able to bind to the T cell and shut it off. Furthermore, cancer can create a tumor microenvironment, meaning that the area around the tumor can host chemicals such as IL-10 that can dampen T cell activity. Lastly, like any human being, even strong bodyguards reach a point of exhaustion. If T cells fight too long against the cancer, they reach exhaustion status, cannot proliferate as efficiently, and lose their ability to kill foreign threats.
But this can't be my body's only defense. There must be another way.
Well, I can let you in a little secret. There is something called CAR T cell therapy that could potentially help to engineer your T cells to combat the cancer.
Sounds promising. Tell me more.
I have just the video for you.
Where are you? Were you just waiting for me to ask that question?
CAR T-cell therapy is a type of immunotherapy that treats certain types of blood cancers, including leukemia, lymphoma, and multiple myeloma. Making CAR T-cells begins with leukapheresis, a process in which the patient's blood is filtered to collect some T-cells. The T-cells are then sent to a laboratory to be genetically engineered by scientists and researchers. Specifically, a gene is inserted into the T cells that instructs them to produce special proteins on their surface called chimeric antigen receptors. These receptors improve the T cells' ability to recognize and bind to proteins found on cancer cells and enhance their ability to kill them. After genetic engineering, the T cells are multiplied and mixed with solutions like saline and fetal bovine serum to prepare them for infusion back into the patient. The CAR T cells are then re-administered to the patient via IV in a single session. Though before the treatment, the patient typically receives a round of chemotherapy to enhance the treatment's effectiveness. Overall, CAR T cell therapy is an advance in genetic modification to treat a disease and a major breakthrough in cancer treatment.
Where did you come from?
Here, come sit down and I'll tell you more about it.
Okay, how many doctors do you guys have?
So, CAR T therapy can be life-changing for many patients. This is because the treatment is much shorter than months long of chemotherapy, and it is highly effective in otherwise difficult to treat cancers. And it can lead to remission when other treatments haven't worked. However, there are some risks you should be made aware of. The main one being cytokine release syndrome. This is where the immune system overreacts, which causes fever or low blood pressure. Other side effects can include confusion, short-term blood changes, and it can also lead to higher chances of infection after treatment. If you want, you can look at some statistics from 2017 to make you feel better.
Okay. Well, in 2017, trials of CAR T therapy showed an 82% remission rate, wow, with children and young adults with lymphoblastic leukemia within 3 months. Isn't that what I have? Leading to FDA approval of the treatment. That's lovely. Well, that makes me feel better. Sounds like the only thing I'll be expecting now is better T cells, and not a baby.